Okay, so we're going to create a reel now by allowing Canva to use AI to determine the style that we want to go for. Okay, so there's loads of ways we can go about this. So let's just say I'm back at my homepage. Okay, I could go into, for example, create a design, and I could choose Instagram reel. I can also type it in here, or I mean, there's loads of ways. I could go into design spotlight. I can go into social media and I can find an Instagram reel. That way I can also find it here. So it doesn't really matter. So this is the generate videos instantly little palette here on the left hand side that I want you to check out. So if you go into the design tab, it should be right here. So if you click on this once, this will allow us to add some pictures. Okay, so if you want to add some pictures from your computer, you can select this little cloud here. Okay, but I have some pictures here that I want to use. So these are pictures of the park in Roscommon. So I'm going to choose, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can pick kind of as many or as few as you wish at 5. Okay, so describe the kind of content you want. We'll use this to generate the design. So I might say, for example, calm, scenic, meditative, tourist maybe. Okay, you can keep going. Okay, so you'll notice that this is on beta, which means they're trying it out. Okay, so generate. So it'll take a few moments and it should use its AI to generate a video with music, text, captions, and my photographs. Okay, so you'll have noticed my photographs were landscape. These are portrait. So slide number 1, take a moment to appreciate the beauty of nature. I don't like the tree. I don't like the emojis that it tends to put on the wall and the amazing things that humans have created. So I'm well impressed with that. This is the 3rd time I've done this and I find it's really intuitive. Let's take a walk through the woods and enjoy the peace and quiet. I'm losing the duck there. And let the beauty of nature wash over you. So I think that's really nice. And if I press play, I have some music there. So if I go back to the start, I'm not sure if you can hear that, but it has applied music there for me. This is it down here, the music. So I'm very happy with that. The only thing is I want to have an opening card and a closing card. So I want to add, now it's very hard to add a page to the beginning. So usually what I do is I kind of hover in here and I go add page. And then I move that page back here and I'm going to shorten that to about maybe 2 seconds or so. Okay. And what I can do is give that a color. So if I go to photo colors, it'll choose some of the colors from my design. So for example, if I go with maybe this one. Okay. And I'm going to put some text here. So welcome to Roscommon. Okay, and I'm just going to leave it like that for a moment. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. So right click on the little slide, duplicate, and I'm going to move this to the end. Okay, and on this one I'm going to say visit us, or visit the website, or visit the link. Okay, so I'm mindful that it's too big. So I'm just going to reduce the size of that. Now I'm not doing anything with fonts or anything for a moment. Okay, so that's very boring. There's nothing too exciting about it, but I could always add elements, imagery, whatever the case may be. So you'll notice that there's transitions in between all of these, but there's not between the first and the second. So if I go back to this transition here and click it, and just make sure, you might not be able to see that properly, but apply between all pages will ensure that it's applied the whole way along. So now if I press play, Okay, now I do have the option to edit all of these, so I could select this and I can double click and I can change it, but I'm just going to try one thing instead. I'm going to go to design and I'm going to go to styles right here, and you can see there's font sets here and there's combinations. Sorry, here's my combinations. Okay, so for example, if I went with this one, okay, it's given me a palette and a set of fonts. So if I click on that once, you'll see now my font has changed and my color palette. And what I can do if I want is I can go to this little button at the bottom, difficult to see with your view, but apply to all pages. And now suddenly that style has been applied to all my pages. Okay, now you see that this Montserrat font is used for some of them, but the heading font, which is Roxborough, seems to be used with some of them. So I think I would probably change that to the Montserrat font. And I know that that's there. Okay, so loads of opportunities to edit. I'd be inclined to edit that, move things up a little bit, but that's totally up to yourself. So a great little tool. You can do any editing that you wished. Yeah, and it's a good one just to be mindful of. And all you need to do then is to save that, share, download, choose your MP4. Ah, there's something there. Now, see, this is a good lesson here. So what it's done here is it's given me a Canva Pro track. So I don't want that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to find my own track. So I'm going to go to pixabay.com and I'm going to go to music and I'm going to go maybe Cam. Okay. And I'll find something I like. So I don't know. I'll just go with that. Okay. So download. And then all I need to do is to come back here to my track. Okay. Pop it in the bin. So either select it and hit delete on my keyboard, or else the 3 dots here and delete track. And literally now upload files. I'm going to find my track in my downloads folder. There it is. And let me make that a bit longer. And now I can place that there. And I can do things like with my track, I can go audio effects, fade in, fade out. And it should work out really well then. So share, you can see now I've no problem. Everything is fine. You know, there's no issues with paying, having a premium account. Press download.